Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Suitcase and Chardonnay podcast, an extension of my blog by the same name. I'm your host, Renate Engelbrecht, and here we talk all things lifestyle, travel, fashion, food, and wine. During my recent trip to Cape Town, one of my first stops was the Claremont. You might not have heard of it yet, since it's just opened its doors on the 1st of October. I was lucky enough to be one of the firsts to experience the magic of this boutique hotel, a heritage building designed by architect Magdalena Gertrude Sauer. She was the first woman to practice architecture in South Africa and a pioneer in her field. The Claremont forms part of the Sabi Sabi Collection and also happens to be their first Cape Town property, opening up a whole new world of opportunities and avenues for travelers planning to visit South Africa through the brand. Now you can also include the beauty of the Cape in your itinerary and spend a few days exploring glorious fynbos and wonderful wines that this part of South Africa has to offer, among a multitude of other things, of course. I sat down with the marketing director of Sabi Sabi Collection, Jacques Smit, with a glass of Buiten Verwachting Chardonnay in hand, of course, as the hotel is located mere minutes away from the Constantia wine valley. And he shed some light on what travelers visiting the Claremont can expect and how he sees the hotel fitting into the bigger picture of traveling with their brand. Jacques, thank you for having me.
Absolute pleasure.
It's incredible to be able to experience this new space. Maybe just tell the listeners, where are we?
Firstly, welcome. Great to have you out here. This is our new home away from home. You're in the Claremont Boutique Hotel, as the name says it, situated in the beautiful leafy suburb of Claremont on the eastern slopes of Table Mountain. I mean, we're literally just looking out the window here into the back end of Kirstenbosch and Newlands Forest and Devil's Peak.
Beautiful.
It is beautiful, and it's a quiet, tranquil neighborhood. This hotel is a historic building, 15 bedrooms, but we fell in love with the history of this manor house, the house we're sitting in right now. It dates back to late 1920s, and it was always meant to be a home. And when this opportunity came along, we really wanted to dig into a bit of the history and find out what made this place unique. And with Sabi Sabi and the Sabi Sabi Collection's approach to making all our guests feel at home when they come and join us on safari from wherever they are in the world, this was just an absolute perfect fit for us.
Why Cape Town?
Why not? It's the most beautiful city in the world, and I am biased because I was fortunate enough to actually grow up in the countryside outside of Cape Town. No, I mean, Cape Town's just phenomenal. You know, it's got everything that people know: waterfront, beautiful beaches, amazing city, such a vibrant culture, old, new. To me, it's got everything that a city needs. Plus, you've got nature smack bang in the middle of it.
Yeah.
You've got Table Mountain National Park, literally in the middle of the city. But why is Sabi Sabi getting into the Cape Town scene? All our guests arrive either having been in Cape Town or leave us going to Cape Town. So it is the one destination on a 2-week Southern African safari that all our guests would include. So the Sabi Sabi Collection obviously have got 4 luxury lodges up in the Sabi Sands region in Kruger. We're busy developing a new reserve near Hoedspruit, and that'll open up in June 2026. We'll be sipping Chardonnay there in no time.
Sounds good.
And both Hoedspruit and Skukuza connect with Cape Town. It's just an easy link. There's daily flights. And as I said, everybody always partners the bush with Cape Town.
Yeah. And I think it is the perfect fit because you get to experience the bush and then you get to experience a whole other kind of nature in South Africa, and we all know South Africa is very versatile when it comes to nature experiences, but I think the bush and Cape Town's fynbos and everything is, you know, those two things are a must. If I would say, if someone would ask me what to put on their itinerary, that's two things that I would definitely add.
Absolutely, I agree with you there because you got the marine safari opportunity out here too. You know, we're now in whale season. You could potentially see southern right whales around the peninsula. You've got Boulders penguins not too far away. You just have to walk around the waterfront and you'll see Cape fur seals swimming
Yeah.
around and basking in the sun. Um, and yeah, you know, from here you could easily go down to Cape Town and hop on a yacht and do a sundowner cruise around to Clifton or Camps Bay. There's a lot that can be done around the ocean. What people also forget sometimes is 15 minutes down the road, you got Muizenberg. You know,
Yes,
go and learn to surf
yeah.
there.
Oh,
There's a
yes.
lot of opportunities from where we are situated. And then Kirstenmarsh Botanical Gardens being 5 minutes away. I mean, the botanical floral kingdom that the Western Cape in particular has got is just mind blowing. You know, you drive past mountains and you just see green and you know a fynbos, but when you actually start walking around there and you look at the different little flowers, you look at the pollinators that cause those flowers to reproduce and germinate and
Yeah,
continue.
yeah.
You know, you look at how the whole cycle of fire is brought into proteas and how some, like the pincushions, I mean, I've got a phenomenal story of how, you know, their seeds would go and lie in the soil, and it's coated with a, you know, it's almost like a M&M or the Smartie, you know, sugar. It then is attracting all the insects to eat it and actually expose it, and only with fire would it actually then start germinating, touching on a very, very small element of what a beautiful fynbos experience could be. To have someone walk around this botanical gardens with you and explain to you what it is you're looking at is what ties into what Sabi Sabi also does up in the bush.
Yes.
You know, it's all
Yeah.
about interpretive guest experiences. It's all about immersive guest experiences, and it's all about being authentic
Yeah.
in everything that we offer.
Talking about that specifically, you obviously partnered with some special people in the area to bring guests those special experiences. Can you maybe just elaborate on that a bit, who you work with and what the opportunities are for people visiting the hotel?
Yeah, absolutely. So, you know, we are hosts in the hotel. We are safari specialists, and now moving into Cape Town, we would like to work with people that are specialists in this environment. So we do have guides who would take you on hikes, everything from Constantia Neck up through Kirstenmarsh, Skeleton Gorge, Nursery Ravine, I think it's Orange Cliff. Even if they want to go and do Indian Fenster or, you know, something as easy or frequently used such as Lion's Head. There are guides that actually take you up and show you the ropes. You know, often when people come from overseas, they're a little bit wary of walking around in South Africa. Sadly, news is always not that great, but these guides know where to go. These guides know where to do what, and also along the way, bring the fynbos to life. Bring the history of the mountain to life. I mean, who would have thought there's two dams on top of this mountain? But yeah, so Cape Wild Hikes would use guides there, and then there's a phenomenal company called Escape and Explore, and they do Cape Town, Cape Peninsula, but in a very different way.
Okay.
It's not your cookie cutter peninsula tour. They would still touch on all the elements that make a peninsula tour fantastic, or just Cape Town in general. But they've got great guides. They've got people who will bring the culture of Cape Town to life. Then there's also guides who would walk you through all the wine farms of the Constantia Valley, doing storytelling along the way. You could go up to Klein Constantia and do a sundowner safari in a Land Cruiser going up to one of their viewpoints, and at the top there'd be beautiful cheese, beautiful wine, and you look back over this lovely False Bay region. So, all that is available on your doorstep. But as you've seen here, it's also a place just to relax.
Yes.
We want people to almost book an extra day in Cape Town just to slow that pace down.
Yeah.
Sample a bit of the local flavor. Being in Claremont, you're staying where local Cape Townians live.
Yeah.
If you want to go for a run, go for a run. Africa Paddle's got, I think, 6 courts just down the road here.
Amazing.
Anybody who wants to go and experience life as a Cape Townian, this is the place to do it. Or just sit around the pool, enjoying beautiful wine.
Yeah.
There's a lot to offer.
Yeah, I walked around that pool this afternoon and I thought, tomorrow morning.
No, look, and we're going into summer now, and summer months, that pool's people lying all over all around the pool. That's what's nice about this little hotel. I mean, right now we're in the safari library. Imagine winter, the fire's going, and enjoying a beautiful Bordeaux blend from Constantia Valley, just right here. Next door, you've got this lovely summer lounge. So even in winter, the sun's always coming in. It's a great place to just sit back and relax, maybe enjoy a beautiful Shannon. Then you got the coffee house, which is through the lounge area, local baristas serving local Cape Town blended coffees, high teas, cakes, all homemade from the area. And then you got Felton Vine Bistro, where we're going to dine tonight. It's a lovely farm to fork style dining experience. Utilizing farms again within the Cape Town vicinity, a lot up in the Swartlands and West Coast area. And yeah, getting fresh produce, seasonal produce to the table. Beautifully prepared, and then again paired with some lovely wines again from the Constantia Valley. What we don't find from the Constantia Valley, we'll source from other unique areas such as Hillman and Arder Valley, Elgin, Robertson, Tulbach. We go and find wines in those little off the beaten track areas.
Yeah.
And then downstairs, you've got the beautiful 1928 craft bar.
Oh, yes, I went in there this afternoon. It's beautiful.
That's where a lot of our wines will be released, a lot of our craft gins, whiskies, craft beers on tap. It's again a place to come and sample the best of South Africa and the best of Cape Town. And it is open to residents of the area, so you'll meet people from Cape Town, you'll meet people from Claremont. As a local, you'll meet people from all over the world. It's a great place just to, sit back and relax.
Yeah. My travels in Cape Town was largely made possible by Toyota, with the Hilux Legend 55 being my ride for a few days as I hopped from one place to another. Available only until 2026, the Legend 55 is elegant yet effective, and I absolutely loved driving it around, whether en route to La Motte for coffee and croissants, Babylon's Touren for a full day's outing at Zoetmelk's Vlei, or for a city stay at the Taj Cape Town. Read all about my legendary Cape Town companion on the blog at www.suitcaseandchardonnay.co.za. Oh, I'll have to come back for a week next time. And then I need to go to the Kruger as well. Just
Absolutely.
quickly tell me about the Sabi Sabi Collections, other destinations that people can visit.
So Sabi Sabi started back in the late 1970s. It's a family-owned business. It's still family-owned and run. And it started just with a luxury game lodge in the early 80s on the Sabi Sabi Private Game Reserve. And quickly it grew into adding a few lodges, and as the reserve grew. And as we stand today, we have 4 beautiful luxury lodges on a exclusive private game reserve, which is open to the Greater Kruger protected area, which in a nutshell means animals can move around freely from our reserve into Kruger onto other reserves. It's 5.5 million hectares for wildlife to naturally roam around. We offer guided safaris exclusively just to our guests. And And throughout the day, we'll take guests out early morning, late afternoon into the evening. We'll do walking safaris. Our qualified guides and trackers will bring the bush to life.
If the Claremont's walls could talk, I'd sit around for hours listening to all the stories it could tell. Whilst it's most certainly not stuck in the past, the Sabi Sabi Collection has managed to preserve the property's heritage through beautiful renovations and subtle elements that tell stories of a bygone era. I spent as much time as possible, both indoors and outdoors. I mean, the gardens are just magnificent, and I could only imagine people playing lawn games with the heritage home's beautiful facade offering the perfect backdrop for bubbly brunches and alfresco parties. With an incredibly friendly team of hospitality experts, breakfasts that invite you to linger longer, Veld & Wine's lovely dinner options with an impressive wine list, and an incredibly passionate and knowledgeable sommelier, adding the Claremont to your itinerary when visiting South Africa is a no-brainer. If you would like to find out more about the Sabi Sabi Collection, a Sabi Sabi brand that represents an exciting phase of exploration and growth, visit sabisabi.com. Stay in the loop by following them on social media. The links will all be in the show notes below. The Claremont is clearly just the beginning of a bold new chapter for the South African-owned family-run business, and a natural evolution for a brand that travelers have come to love and trust. Next week, Chef Michel Tron from Vergenoegd Leuv takes me on a journey of the senses with an incredible new tasting experience to be had on the estate. Make sure you don't miss it by subscribing to the Suitcase and Chardonnay podcast wherever you listen to your podcasts. Until then, tread lightly, sip slowly, and savor every moment by approaching life with intention.